How is it going, boys and girls? Welcome back to US Waterman. My name is Aaron Young. It is a beautiful morning up here in Isla Mirada. Not the normal scenery you guys are used to seeing me in. We were spending the week up in Isla Mirada at one of our favorite places up here, La Jolla Resort and Lodges. We came up here, I think it was a year or two ago, and we don't vacation nearly as much as we would like to. I know we live in a vacation destination, so it sounds kind of funny, but change of pace, it's nice to get away. And we had such a good time last time. We actually reached back out to La Jolla and asked if they would be willing to have us back up, and they were nice enough to say yes. And they put us up in the lodge again, and they actually gave us a coupon code for you guys, so it's 10% off. It's Waterman10 if you're interested in coming up and staying at La Jolla. They've got all kinds of cool stuff. I'll go over a little more in depth later in the video, tell you everything that they offer. Not only do they have lodges, they have a bunch of small rooms as well. So if it's just two of you, one of you, a smaller group, they can accommodate you. They've got all kinds of stuff. But like I said, talk a little bit more about that later. Right now I'm headed out this morning after my epic snook failure. While I'm up here, I figured I've got to catch a snook. So that's what I'm doing this morning. I'm gonna run out and try and find some bait. It's just a lovely day. 10 to 15, low 70s. What more could you ask for? Let's go see if we can find some bait. So I came out last night in the afternoon. We got in a little later after we got the boat in and everything. I just wanted to come poke around and see if I could locate anything. And I did see a few. They were smaller pilchards, but I did see a few live baits. I don't really have much, well, any knowledge up here. The last time we were here, we were actually with Clay and Steph from Life by the Bow, so they had all the local knowledge we needed, but which, by the way, they actually just had their baby, so congrats to them. Wish we were able to spend some time with them again this time, but totally understand. There's some hugged up real tight against the mangroves. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to throw on them. You have to come out away from the mangroves. Got a little bit of boat on that one. They're not crazy thick, but it is a start. Man, I thought there was gonna be more than that. Maybe a dozen. So obviously finding bait is always tricky depending on your knowledge, where you're from and all that, but we find pilchards in Key West and you kind of have spots that they frequent, so coming somewhere new, that's why I came out last night, you know, just put the time in and try and locate them. There's no real secret to it other than looking. Yeah, they're hanging. I know the camera, I'm sorry, the camera doesn't pick them up. They're just too far away and they're too small, but they're hanging right up against the mangroves. See if we can catch them out. I don't have any chum. I probably would be able to chum them if I had some chum, but that's the situation that we're in, so. I was just about to give up hope and I came around this bend and I could see a bunch of bait flipping out in the channel, so we're gonna give this another try. I had almost given up hope and I found a little knot of bait and I marked. See if we got any of them, I don't know. A little knot of bait that I marked down in the channel. Oh, here we go. what we are after right there. Those are the baits we need. I think that was them. Hopefully that was them. I was hoping for just a little bit more, but you can always hope for a little bit more. That should be good. We'll make do with what we got. If we can't, I mean, there gotta be 150 baits in there. If I can't catch something to eat with 150 baits, I've got bigger problems. Such a beautiful day. Gonna head out and see if we can catch some fish. This is a gentleman you have not met before. This is my dad, Mr. Kevin Young.
How are you going?
He made it down and gonna spend the week with us, and he is the gentleman who introduced me to the ocean and sparked my love for it. So for that, I am thankful. But yeah, we're ready to go. We've got some snacks and some bait and rods, and it's a beautiful day. Go see if we can find some fish. It's pretty neat back here. There's so many islands, tons of flats and little cuts. It's the first time I've had the Ginu up here. Alrighty, we found a little, we kind of cruised around for a bit. I don't really know where I'm going. I tried to look at all the stuff and make sure I'm not in any sanctuaries or protected zones, but we were just cruising along, and this mangrove edge right here, I'll show you, has a bit of an overhang on it. And we pulled up on this end and we saw some tarpon and some little mangroves run up in, so we're gonna give it a few minutes, pitch some baits, and see what happens. And after that last snook video I posted, my epic fail of trying to catch a snook, there was quite a bit of feedback you guys had to share, so we're switching it up. I'm using a 2-0 circle. I had a bunch of different opinions. Everyone said between 1-0 to 3-0, so I found somewhere in the middle. And no weight. We're so shallow. I mean, we're in 2 feet of water, 3 feet of water, so it's actually perfect. He's just like kind of flailing on the surface. Oh, it's wrapped around the mangrove?
Yeah, but I wasn't.
That's all good. It's like kite fishing.
Oop, fish coming out after.
Looks like someone's looking at it. But yeah, that's the name of the game today. We'd love to take something home to eat, but we'll see what happens. Quarter for the first, the biggest and the most?
Yeah.
Just fishing a little 5,000. Oh, my barracuda ate it. Should have known. Oh, sorry, buddy. That's something that actually everyone kept saying in last video. They were telling me to put it on a free line bait and just let it swim. Well, the problem around here is we have a lot of barracudas. So if you're free lining a bait, a lot of times the barracuda is going to be the first one to grab it.
I just saw a whole slew of snakes.
Really?
Go in this bush right there.
Nice.
They were big. Holy!
Oh, I think I was blocking it.
That was a cuda.
Another cuda.
Yeah, I got one back here.
Oh. They're chasing. Can't get them down. My bait is all the way up. I don't know if the camera can see it. It's all the way. Oh! Wow, that was something bigger. My bait cooperated and it swam all the way under. something smacked it. Got a little guy. Little mangy. You know I'll take some mangroves. You already know that. That's a little guy. They're getting fired up though. The more baits I throw in there, the more stuff is coming out. We're getting schooled over here. We're gonna work down this edge. Let's see. This continues on. Got nice big overhangs. Keep on trying. So we were driving along, relocating. Really shallow, sandy edge, and I was not expecting it. There was like 2 or 3 snooks sitting, just their heads poking out, and I think I spooked them, but unfortunately. But we're gonna toss a couple baits in there and see if we can get lucky by chance. It's just so crazy, you would never expect them to be this shallow. I mean, it's maybe a foot of water in there. We are on the struggle bus over here, but having fun exploring. I mean, like I said, I don't really have much of a direction, just kind of going with what I see. But I actually gave my buddy Clay Coward from Life by the Bow a call, and he gave me some tips and some areas we should try. So we're gonna move it down a little bit and see if any of that pans out. Appreciate it, Clay. It's actually amazing to me how well marked everything is out here. They've got all these makeshift channel markers. I mean, they're put in pretty legit with 4x4s and everything. Down by Key West, it's just a PVC stuck in the ground. Pretty cool. We're at a new spot. Nice deep channel. Got some edges that I like, that I'd like to see back in Key West right here. So maybe, oh, I can see a sheep's head down there. See if we can get lucky. Oh no.
Where's it at?
He's up under this. I just saw him swimming by. I think they're just going back and forth, it seems like. I'm gonna switch to a little jig, try and get this thing to stay down. These birds are trying to eat it. Pretty lively here. Seen a couple of small snook, but we are trying. No. Dude, every single time, the bird grabs it every single time. Like, what are you supposed to do?
You almost had it gonna be there.
Oh, there's one right there. I didn't even see him.
Yeah, it was second.
Thought the barracudas were bad. The kingfisher birds are worse. Alright, so right there on that corner, we found a little school of snook. There was like 3 or 4 of them, I think. See if we can get them to eat a bait. I threw some freebies out there. They didn't really look at them. This pilchard may be perfect. This one was already used once. He's a little tired. What is that, a jack? Ate it again. Oh, it's a little crevalle. Of course. Jack crevalle. Down a little bit.
Crevalle. He immediately grabbed it.
Yeah. He's on the board!
Hey!
Beauty. Jack Crevalle. Not what we want. There's a snook right there. You won't even look at the bait. There's another one behind it. Dude, it's so funny.
Oh no.
You're fly fishing.
Did it the wrong way.
We're seeing them. We just can't get them to eat nothing. Using bare hooks. Just try to jig a couple of times, but I don't know. Maybe it's middle of the day. Not good in the middle of the day, I imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, that was him! That was the snook. I saw him.
Yeah, I saw him.
He ate. Oh my gosh.
There's the mullet right there swimming away. With my hook.
Or the pilchard?
Oh.
What, did you hook him in the tail or the lip?
That was the lip.
Oh my gosh.
That was him.
That was him. That was a decent one too.
That would have been like my second snook ever caught.
That was our snook. Alright, so they will eat. Now
I free-lined that all the way out the back.
Now my faith is rejuvenated. We've just been seeing them. They'll swim around. You find them on the edge. We just haven't been able to get them to eat, but part of me thinks it's because they're seeing us too, so. But that was a snook for sure. Oh, he was right there. I was literally about to hop down and grab the net.
That's what I was about to yell for you to get the net.
He might have been slot too. We haven't given up. We hooked one. Maybe the tide switched and that's just all we needed. But I'm gonna break off real quick and tell you guys a little bit about where we're staying at La Jolla Resort and Lodges, one of our favorite places. So I'm gonna take a couple minutes and tell you a little bit about where we're staying. I know a lot of you guys like this information if you ever you plan on making a trip down. You got some hands-on reviews. And I can genuinely say we come back here because we enjoy it. There's something about this place that we were just drawn to. It just has this magical feel to it. So we're at La Jolla Resort and Lodges on the base. It's located on the bayside in the heart of Islamorada. They have 30 standard rooms and suites, and they also have some bigger units if you have some bigger groups. But there's something about the property that just transports you back in time, and I say that because I grew up visiting the Keys. I lived here for 10 years, but I grew up visiting the Keys in the late 90s, early 2000s with family. And don't get me wrong, the Keys are still amazing, absolutely love them, but it's undoubtedly changed a lot in quite a few areas. And there's something about this property, the second you step foot on the property, you feel like you're in the old Florida Keys. It just has that vibe. It's got all the native trees, the buttonwoods, gumbo limbos, you got all these giant mature coconut palms. It's just, and I overuse it, and I said it a bunch, I think, in that last episode, but it has that old Florida Keys feel, and there's no denying it. But if you're interested in coming down again, they gave me that promo code Waterman10 will give you 10% off your stay. Not only do they have a ton of rooms, and it's hard to tell because it's so well landscaped, you can't even see it from the road. I mean, you can see behind me just all kinds of stuff going on. But not only do they have all the different rooms and whatnot, they have a ton of amenities. They've got a pool, they've got boat slips over here, kayaks, an outdoor grill. You can see I've got my Ginu right here. You're located on the bayside. World-class fishing back here, bonefish, tarpon, snook, even though I can't catch a snook. They're out there, trust me. I've seen people catching them. And then right across the way, you go under the bridge, you're on the Atlantic side, you've got world-class diving and offshore fishing over there. And not only that, but you're located right in the heart of Islamorada, so you're in the middle of everything. You've got Robbie's Marina just down the street, you've got the dive museum, you've got all kinds of bars and restaurants within walking distance. We actually walked to breakfast this morning. And I forgot a chum bag, and I went yesterday to drive to West Marine and get a chum bag, and in my truck it took me about 45 seconds. And oh, actually right behind me, I may have to zoom in. Directly out the driveway, straight shot, is Islamorada Brewing, and then you've got Florida Keys Brewing. I think it's like a mile down the road, so you've got all kinds of stuff around you. Oh, and actually for you fishermen, I had to get more ice this morning. They have those big automatic ice things. It is caddy corner about 400 yards down the street, across the street. So you're smack in the middle of everything you'd ever need. There's a ton of stuff, like I said, that you can walk to, but Anyways, if you're interested in booking, I'll have a link in the description. And again, Waterman 10 will give you 10% off your stay. Genuinely cannot thank La Jolla enough for having us. This isn't one of those things where we're doing this just to get paid or put an ad on the channel. We genuinely love coming back to this place. You guys know how I am. If you've watched the channel for any amount of time, we don't overload the channel with this type of stuff. It's just not our style, but genuinely love this place. We're drawn to it. But that is all. And let's get back to the action. The search continues. I just realized I don't fish or worry about tides too much down in Key West in the backcountry because I'm normally diving, but I just realized the tide flipped around and is coming in now, so hopefully this will turn them fish on, but we'll see. I'm no expert. I'm just winging it. Just beautiful out here though, look at this. Oh my gosh, it's a fish. It's actually not a bad mangrove. Oh! At a quarter for the biggest is what he said.
That's right.
I know we haven't been catching anything, but that's still going on. That is not a snook, but you know I love my mangroves. He thumped it hard.
The way he was pulling.
Something that's impressive back here is just the amount of, I think I said it earlier, just the amount of islands and structure and channels, and there's just so much. I don't know how, I mean, you could spend a decade back here and probably not fish at all. I really haven't spent much time up here at all. That's 13 all day. So what makes this difficult, in my opinion, is, and maybe there's a better way to do this, I'm sure there is. There's guys that catch these things every day, but so the snook are hanging up in the mangroves, like way up in the mangroves. I just caught my hook in the mangroves. Way up in the mangroves. And when you throw your bait on the edge of the mangroves, the bait turns around and swims the exact opposite way. So I don't know if maybe there's a trick when the tides switch, if they get more active. The tide started to come in and it seems like we're having more bites and stuff, so maybe that's it. But yeah, I find it fascinating that you're able to, some of the guys are able to catch snook as often as they do, unless they're in a different spot. But some of these mangrove edges go 15 feet up in there. So it's really hard to get your bait back up in there, but maybe if you pop it right on their head or right in front of them, maybe they just jump out real quick and grab it.
Threw my line over here.
Oh, really?
We brought it back to there. Might be a snook in there.
Can I pull over there?
No.
I got a mangrove.
Oh, got a mangrove.
Ha!
That's legal. Yes.
Leaves up to the stick.
Oh, yeah. You gotta take a picture of that.
Oh,
A stick with a Y on it.
Even better, I got it on video.
Yeah, stick with a Y on it. Wow.
That's the young stick. Oh, he swallowed it.
Because I laid it back there like I did last time. I laid it back here in this hole.
Brain and bleed. And then you didn't break it off.
I know.
Oh, a mangrove just got it off the tree for me. What a nice fish. It's hard to get a good angle here, guys. I'm sorry. Either one or the other. Hello. Oh, is he a keeper? Oh my gosh. He's just coming over the rail now. He's close. Oh, 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 oh. that snapper
What was
jump? I hope the camera caught. I've never seen a snapper jump like that.
I thought it was a snook.
I set the hook and he jumped out of the water.
What do you got? Oh my gosh, mine
Oh, it's so funny.
That's a nice.
I'll take that all day. That's a 13. We got dinner. All right, I think we're gonna move along. We pulled one snapper across the point over there, and then we pulled 4 right here. It's 3 o'clock. We caught all our fish in 30 minutes. We've been out here since 9:30. That's just fishing. That's why you stay.
Well, we had a snooky earlier.
We're gonna move along. Well, just kind of cruising along. We were gonna see if we saw any spots worth fishing. Kind of getting tired. It's almost 4. I've been out here since 7. I'm pretty pooped. I was really hoping for a snook. Hooked one, saw a ton. If this was a snook sightseeing tour, we would have crushed it. We saw them. I mean, the better part of at least 1.5 dozen of them, but they're tricky. They're a tricky fish. But we've got enough snapper for dinner. We're gonna head back and get cleaned up. And we'll see you at the house. Home sweet home. Look who I found. She lives.
I am officially on vacation.
Everyone's probably like, where is she? She's never in any of the videos. But we are back. I'm gonna get the boat cleaned up. And I think we're actually probably gonna go to dinner tonight and maybe eat these snappers probably tomorrow for lunch or maybe for the evening. But we'll get them prepped and packed, and yeah, that's what we're doing. Got our mangrove snappers, always delicious. Not a snook. These guys are pretty straightforward. And I'm fully aware I could definitely hire somebody or get some local knowledge here and try and get a snook with someone's help, but I think part of the fun is figuring it out on your own. It makes it that much more satisfying when you do. Who knows? I may give up eventually and hire a guide. So it's beautiful. It's just white as it gets. I'm actually going to leave the skin on. We're going to cook these outside on the open grill. I'm going to do them on the half shell. I haven't actually done it with mangroves before. We used to do it. I grew up fishing Mosquito Lagoon, and anytime we'd catch a big red, we would do that. You leave the skin on, just throw it right on the grill, skin down, whatever seasoning you want on top with a couple pieces of butter, and almost let it bake. Really? Tell me about it. And if somehow I don't have pliers, if you have pliers, you can actually pull these pin bones out, just like they do in salmon. You can just pull them right out. Pop it. Excuse me. You can pull it right out, and you could leave that on there, but I don't have pliers, and that's going to take a while, and I don't want to be sticking my mouth all over everybody's fish. Let us do a little score on both sides. Take that section out. That way, when I cook this on the grill, the skin and scales, I'm leaving the scales on too. The scales almost act like foil. That way, when you're done with it, you take your fork and slide it right under, and it comes right off. What is so funny? You are a vibe.
I am a vibe.
What you doing over there?
How you doing?
It is time Could do a little bit of cooking. We hold this miss.
Mm-hmm.
Got the grill going with a view. So all I did was, again, took all that stuff out, but olive oil and a little bit of blackening. We're going to use the scales. We'll see if it works with snapper. Like I said, we used to do it with redfish a lot. They have bigger scales, but I imagine this should work. It's either going to work or it's all going to fall apart and be a giant mess. I don't know yet. We'll see. And these racks are going to take, we'll have those as an appetizer because those are going to take about 2 minutes. I'm actually going to cover these because we don't have a lid to give it kind of the baking feel. And we'll keep an eye on those. And enjoy a beer in the meantime. Come in close, check these things out. The skin, it just stays. Ooh, that was perfect.
Wow.
Oh no.
Looks good, baby.
Hold on. We're not done. Another little fish stick.
Thanks for dinner, guys.
Well, we're not done yet.
I know, they're so pretty. Oh.
Well, hold on. All right, so you hold on to the skin.
And then you just let it
Slide. Okay.
Oh.
No, you're not lift. Slide, baby.
slide, baby.
Slide. There you go. And that skin just comes right off. Now give her a taste.
Okay.
Is it good?
Cooked perfectly.
I don't have anywhere to clip this. Hold on, hold
I
it
can
for
hold
1
it.
second. I'm gonna do the slide and scoop.
Yes. Show them how they should really do it.
So you just grab the tail piece, put your fork right there, and you just slide. It just comes right off. You got all your scales on that side. Set that right there. I'm gonna set the table. It's a great option if you don't have aluminum foil. You're gonna cook them like Tampa or something. They'll cook perfect too.
Right?
Wow. Wow.
Good job, baby.
I know I'm just sulking in my misery.
Papa Bear is here.
And it's not Snook, the man of the hour.
Yeah.
It's not Snook, but I'll take it. But that is all we have. Whoa, really close. That is all we have. We are going to enjoy sunset and some food and maybe a couple cold beers. Big thanks to La Jolla for having us back out. Really appreciate it. Again, if you want to book a trip, there'll be a link in the description and in a pinned comment, and Waterman10 is a coupon code, 10% off your stay.
That's so cool.
I know,
That's
right?
so nice.
And that is all. We will see you on the next one. Later.